Bienvenidos M2 y hoy le pedí a Ivett Salgado que se quedara aquí conmigo porque la he oído, la he visto hacer los comentarios más atinados y brillantes respecto a una serie que ya tiene un par de semanas, 3 semanas de que se estrenó, pero creo, mi querida Ivett, que Adolescencia de Netflix viene a espantarnos un poquito, pero en el mejor sentido posible, y a darnos cuenta de lo que están viviendo los niños, los adolescentes, justamente hoy en día, de una manera brillante y cinematográfica. ¿Tú cómo lo has vivido?
Me parece una de las mejores miniseries que vamos a tener en el año, y justamente por toda la temática que está tocando y cómo la está tocando. El acercarse a la adolescencia y a las problemáticas de la misma en un mundo de redes sociales es completamente distinto a cómo crecí yo, a cómo creciste tú, y pues bueno, es brutal ver lo que está pasando en cuanto a temas tan importantes que tienen que ver como el concepto de la masculinidad.
La masculinidad, exacto.
Cómo se percibe un hombre a sí mismo, qué educación está recibiendo de sus figuras masculinas en casa.
Y en las redes sociales.
En las redes sociales, el tema de la aprobación, el tema de sentirse rechazado. O sea, esta serie es un desglose psicológico absoluto.
Y tuvimos la oportunidad de platicar con sus dos protagonistas, bueno, con dos de sus protagonistas, su protagonista principal, Owen Cooper y Stephen Graham.
Exactamente.
Que interpreta a su padre, y ambos son verdaderas eminencias de la actuación, así que no queríamos dejar pasar la oportunidad de compartir la entrevista completa.
¿Te parece bien que hablemos de tu padre?
Yo no hice nada.
Eres un buen padre, un gran padre.
No lo han declarado culpable, lo están acusando.
I'm amazed at what I saw at this with Adolescence. How hard was it for you as a young man first to portray something so intense? Because you seem to keep all the emotions within yourself. You're an amazing actor, but doing that work, it must be quite something at your age. What are your thoughts?
At first, I didn't really look at it as it was intense. Obviously, when I read the script, because I've never really read a proper script before, so it blew me away a little bit. So the script of episode 3 was a bit of a shock, you know, to especially to my family as well. So that was an episode where, you know, it was the first one I did, so I had to prove myself that I was the right part for Jamie, and hopefully I did, you know. So yeah, I don't look at it as it was intense. I was just there. I just took it in my stride. So yeah.
He has a unique ability to be able to dive into character, immerse himself within the situation, and jump straight back out. Do you know what I mean? He's not like a deep sea diver, and he's not like many actors where you need to decompress in many ways. He doesn't do that. He dives in, he smashes it, and he dives straight back out. And he has this wonderful ability and this real sense of naturalism. Do you know what I mean? He's a unique talent. He really is a unique talent. You know, he's once in a generational kind of talent, I feel personally. I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid because, you know, I hope he's here in 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, having these same conversations, but I do feel he is a unique talent and he has a wonderful ability.
I totally agree. I was not there in the set with you, but I was there in the situation. And
the other thing is, the other thing is, he's a million miles away from the character that he's portraying. So all of these thoughts and emotions and these feelings that Jamie has, Owen doesn't have those kind of thoughts, you know what I mean? He's not that kind of lad. He's a wonderful lad. He's from a beautiful family, and he's just an absolute joy to be around. So for him to put himself into those thought processes and for him to immerse himself into that world just shows that the talent and the ability that he has.
It's clear that you're as blown away as we are by his acting, but playing his responsible parent, or what was the term? His present appropriate adult. That must have been quite an experience as well. Are you protected towards him? Does he even need to be the actor and the character?
Of course, you know. Look, what we wanted to do as well is we from the very beginning we wanted to find a young lad, a young boy, a young man who would be able to take this the weight of this responsibility on his shoulders, but also make sure that he was really protected, and make sure that he came from a wonderful, loving, supporting family. His mum and dad are wonderful people, and he's a normal kid from a normal background. You know what I mean? He's the same as me. We're from very similar backgrounds, and we wanted to create an opportunity where we could give this young boy a challenge, once in a lifetime kind of challenge, and an opportunity as well. And we purposefully didn't want someone who'd been through the kind of drama school process, because we wanted someone who wasn't, no disrespect, because within the same respects of that, I've worked with children from those environments, and they're wonderful as well, and they're beautiful. But what we really wanted to do was to try and find and nurture a talent who had no experience, who wasn't tainted or had this kind of knowledge of how everything works. You know what I mean? Very similar. Yeah. I've been very blessed, and I made a film a long time ago now called This Is England, with a wonderful actor called Thomas Turgoose, and that was the same kind of energy that Owen brought to that role. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to create an opportunity for someone to show their talents, because if we hadn't have been in this position, if we hadn't have made this, then the world would maybe not know who Owen was. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and he's just absolutely sublime, and he's a wonderful talent. He really.
I totally agree. I know our time is up, but Owen, are you going to keep at it? Or do you want to keep being an actor, or just to wrap it?
Yeah, well, I've worked on a couple of things after Adolescence, and that's motivated to keep me going. So hopefully I get to work with Stephen and Phil again. So yeah,
we'll do it again.
The second he calls for season 2, I'm there.
We'll do it again. He's actually with Margot Robbie now, though, so he's gone all Hollywood. Yeah, you can have that. That's an exclusive for you there. The kid's gone to Hollywood now. He's flying. Do you know what I mean?
Ahora, gracias, porque de verdad siento que haber platicado con Owen es un privilegio, y en muchos años vamos a estar hablando de cuando estaba empezando en esta serie.
Exacto, porque además no tenía experiencia previa como actor. El capítulo 3, que si ya tuvieron la oportunidad de verlo, que es un tratado psicológico básicamente entre dos personas, la terapeuta y él, a esta edad y con ese rango actoral en un plano secuencia de todo el capítulo, la verdad es que me parece brutal lo que está haciendo en esta etapa de su vida, y guau de actuación.
Y lo que hablas del plano secuencia, tal vez ustedes dirán, ¿y a mí qué? ¿Cómo lo filmaron? ¿Cómo fue la técnica? Van a ver cómo la cámara te cuenta la historia de otra manera brutal, y platicar con Philippe Barantini, que fue el director, además del escritor,
Jack Thorne. Exactamente.
¿Y cómo llegaron a esto? Esta serie, como comentábamos, la pueden ver en Netflix, es cortita, y si no la han visto, corran, y si ya la vieron, sé que estarán gozando de estas entrevistas, porque qué talento, qué doloroso y qué brillante. A ver.
¡No son mi amiga, asesino! ¡Tú no controlas lo que yo! ¡Mírame!
What would you both say about the fact that it was decided to tell the story through a complete shot throughout each of the chapters?
I mean, it was apparent very early on that that's how we wanted to do it, because, ultimately we wanted to make the audience sit up and pay attention and not take their eyes off the screen for 1 second, and I think what a one shot does is, if it's done in a way that doesn't feel like a spectacle, it puts a certain perspective, and you are looking at this thing in real time, and you're going on this journey, and you can't get off the boat. You have to stay on, otherwise, you're going to miss something. And I think that's what it does. It really sort of forces an audience to watch something that could be uncomfortable as well, and not take your attention off. We're not going to cut away to a different scene or a different day, or it's real time, and it's happening, in real time. Yeah.
Talking to Owen right now, I was quite amazed to know that first it was his first acting job, and the fact that he's such a natural actor, and he's going through his character's going through such things that he would fortunately never contemplate in his own life. So,
yeah.
How was that discovery? How did you find him?
we searched the north of England extensively for this character, and you know we initially looked at older actors, and we were thinking maybe we should cast an 18-year-old who looks younger, but there's something about that age, you know, an adolescent, you know, you can't really fake that, because as they get older, their voices changes, their posture changes, everything changes, even their body is changing. You know, he's never acted before, as you know. He would do things that actors who have trained all of their lives are trying to do.
We were really lucky that Ep 3 was the first ep we shot.
Yeah,
it didn't feel lucky at the time.
No.
It felt like we were in a hole.
Yeah,
but actually, what happened through that process was Erin, who's an amazing actor, just sort of played jazz opposite him as he found himself, and Phil just gently coaxed this truth out of him that he had to sort of shake off all impressions he had of what acting felt like and what acting is.
Okay. It's some of the subject matter, some of the things that we would think would only happen with adults, and the fact that it's truly not happening just to adults. How come this was the story that you wanted to tell?
Because it's something we're observing, and it's something we're frightened of, and young boys are in crisis right now, and they are not being given the support by society. They are not being given educational support, and parental support is disappearing away from them, and they are being sucked into a culture on the internet that is telling them how the world works, and is creating a very, very persuasive ideology. And this show is trying to be a sort of scream of like, pay attention to what's happening, because this is only going to get worse.
Yeah.
¿Tú con qué te quedas, Ivett? Porque independientemente de la gran presentación que ya diste y lo que ya has platicado en las mesas aquí en Milenio Televisión al respecto, esta creo que sí es una serie que puede hasta salvar vidas.
Yo creo que definitivamente hay que asomarnos a verla, no solo un par de veces, entender que cómo están viviendo ahora los adolescentes, saber qué camino están tomando, porque muchas veces como padres puedes pensar que tienes el control o que estás al tanto de lo que está ocurriendo, pero el celular es un mundo completamente aparte y muchas veces ajeno a lo que está pasando dentro de los vínculos familiares.
No tenemos la menor idea qué información le está llegando a nuestras familias, a los chiquitos. Y bueno, esta es una buena forma de empezar a darnos cuenta. Pero además está muy bien hecha y a pesar del dolor es muy entretenida.
Exactamente.
Así que Adolescencia está en Netflix ya desde hace unas 3 semanas, pero pues ahí se las dejamos porque vale la pena. Gracias a todo este gran equipo. Ivett Salgado, Susana Moscatel, M2. Hasta pronto.